Welcome back. You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shanna Register, and every week we bring you news and information you can use on your next real estate transaction. We have a lot going on in the Houston market right now. It's always a great time to buy and sell in Houston. And today I've got Cindy Henry here with me talking about the Realtor Property Resource Report that you can get only from a realtor who uses the RPR program. This is a program that's offered by the National Association of Realtors to realtors only, not real estate agents, not consumers. And so if you go to a realtor who offers this, then they can help you out. They can give you this great report. So we're going to be talking about that today. As always, if you've got a real estate question, you can call our office at Register Real Estate Advisors, 281-288-3500, and talk with any of our realtors there. We have about 50 agents across the city of Houston that can help you with any of your real estate needs. So Cindy, thanks for joining me today.
Well, thank you, Shannon. It's nice to be here.
Let's talk about this report. You got one printed out. So if you see the video, you can see this is a lengthy report that we offer to consumers. So tell me about this report.
This report gives the customer, through the HAR National Database of Information, it gives them information about their home. It also goes through and it'll give you information about the statistics in the area as far as your demographics maybe. It might even give you information about voters. I bet you didn't know that. It also gives you information about other properties, primarily other properties in the same area that your property is located. And we do an evaluation and we look at the different price ranges in that home. And what we do is we compare homes that are equal to yours. For example, so many square feet and the year the property was built are two of the primary ones. And then we take and do a study based on that.
So what are some things that homeowners can do with this report?
Oh, there's a lot of things.
Why would they need one?
Well, primarily if you were wanting to, for example, do improvements on your property, okay? This would give you an idea of how much you would want to spend, because you don't want to over-improve. If you do, then you stand to lose money. And you don't want to under-improve either, because then you might lose your sales.
Right.
So because we can look at the other properties locally, we can tell what's going on in that area to make sure that you're competitive.
Okay. All right. How else could you use it? Are there any other ways to use it?
Absolutely. You can use it also, too, to protest your taxes. You can send that information in. It's a great tool for that. It's also a great tool for knowing a little bit more about what's going on in your neighborhood. They have some things called hot maps in here, which are really cool. It shows you, and the big thing today is the flood zones. We've had so much of that going on around. They actually have a hot map in here that shows you where the flood zones are, and you can actually see in regards to your property. They also have demographics in here that will give you information about schools. I know that's a big thing that people look for today.
And not just not just information about the school, but actually like data on like how well the students do in the school, what the demographics of the school are, how long the teachers have been teaching. I mean, lots of really in-depth information.
Very good information. So, because that's a really important part. If you have children, you want to make sure that you're where you want to be. It also gives you information on as far as even who votes in your area
and who they vote for.
Who they vote for, which is also very interesting.
So this is good for sellers, but also for buyers.
Absolutely.
Doing this report for a seller on a home they want to sell, of course, gives you the comparable sales in the neighborhood and lots of demographic information. And but if you're a buyer, this can help you as well on knowing what you're purchasing, knowing what kind of neighborhood you're purchasing in, who lives there. Are they older, retired community, younger, have a lot of school-age children, who lives in the community.
Absolutely. And I always, with any of my buyers, I always do this report prior to putting in an offer to make sure we know what we're doing and what we're offering and it's a fair market price.
Yeah.
And it makes a big difference. It really gives you some good leverage.
But, our listeners we have huge listenership every weekend, all over Houston, but all the way to Louisiana, all over the place. Is this report just for people who live in Houston?
Oh, absolutely not. It's all over Texas.
Okay, so people can call you and get this report, and you just email it to them?
Absolutely.
Very good. All right, so to be able to do this report for them, what information do you need from the client when they contact you?
Primarily, I'll need their name. I'll need their email address, and I will need a telephone number if possible, just to make sure that they receive the report. Yeah. And so that's primarily what I would need.
If they've got any updates on the property, you need to know those as well.
If you want a more accurate report, I highly recommend that you give more information.
Yeah. And so when someone contacts you, they really need to tell you what they need. So if they're buying a house, they need to say, this is a property I'm interested in buying. Can you run the
Correct.
report? If they're selling the house, this is a property I have that I'm selling, and I need to look at the comparables. These are the upgrades I have, and that kind of thing. And the reason I say that is because I know you're going to look and see who owns the house. And if the person
Absolutely.
asking for the report isn't the homeowner, you're going to have an issue with that. So that's why if it's something they're buying, they need to indicate that to you.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So this is not an appraisal.
No, ma'am. Not an appraisal.
Okay. Where does all this information come from? You said it comes from the MLS system. It
Right.
comes from census data. So
Right.
it has flood district information, right?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Those maps are really cool. You can tell them into those maps.
And these are really
The
long
graphs are
reports.
awesome. Oh, yeah.
Lots of great
information.
All right. So does it cost anything?
Nope.
So people
Not
can just
through-
contact
not from
you?
realtors.
Not from you.
Not from me, I should say. Not from me.
Okay,
I
so
don't
Cindy,
charge.
if somebody wants to reach you to get one of these reports, how do they need to contact you?
936-499-4259. That's my phone number.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to reach me by email, it's Cindy, CINDY, @rrea.com.
All right, and Cindy, if they want to contact you for a report, is that going to put them in a mailing list and start phone calls and all that?
The only person they'll communicate with is me.
Okay. All right, very good. So Cindy Henry from Register Real Estate Advisors, she can get you the NAR's Realtor Property Resource Report on a home you're interested in buying, a home that you're interested in selling, or to get you some comparable sales when you have to fight your taxes. So lots of great information. Cindy, I know you work with a lot of buyers and sellers throughout the Houston market. It is a good time to sell your home in Houston.
Absolutely.
A lot of people thought that we were going to, because of oil prices, going to have huge problems in Houston, but you can still sell in Houston. It's still a good market.
We're very diversified.
Yes.
And that's what's keeping everything level.
Going.
It's keeping it going. Thank goodness for that. We have a lot of diversification and a lot of growth, and people are still coming in, definitely, and the prices are still
Holding.
appreciating.
You work with a lot of buyers and sellers. What's your favorite, buyers or sellers?
That's a hard question. I love them all. I mean, they're
them
really,
all.
and they're special. It's neat to, my favorite part of it is when they walk into a home, if they're going to buy, and they see the home and they're like, yes, this is the one. This is the one. That aha moment is what gets me with either buying or selling. It's just that aha moment. So
All right.
it's all worthwhile.
Cindy Henry from Register Real Estate Advisors. You can find all of our agents at 281-288-3500 at Register Real Estate Advisors. You've been listening to Cindy Henry today. If you missed any of today's show, you can catch us on the website at HoustonRealEstateRadio.com. We also have today's video on HoustonRealEstateRadio.com, and all of our sponsors are there. And of course, we have over 4 years worth of videos from every show we've ever done on there. So anything that you want to look at, whatever the subject, you can find it at HoustonRealEstateRadio.com. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. Today's show was recorded at the 21st Annual Texas Home and Garden Show down at NRG Center in Houston. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors here on Houston Real Estate Radio.
RREA Media has an exciting new product available to companies and organizations who are teaching classes and want to offer those classes online. Introducing Easy Distance Learning. Easy Distance Learning is a video-based distance learning system that allows companies and organizations to leverage their existing classroom content into a broader reach and increased revenues. Did you know that the rate of growth of distance learning is 10 times that of classroom education? And 66% of chief academic officers think distance learning is critical to their long-term strategy. Right now, 33% of higher education students are taking at least one online class. Companies and organizations not offering a distance alternative to in-class instruction risk being left behind. Video-based distance learning has three basic components: classroom capture, post-production, and content distribution. Easy Distance Learning is a comprehensive and modular system that covers all three components that can help your organization with what you are missing in offering a quality and convenient online learning experience. You choose the parts you need help with. Easy Distance Learning offers another revenue stream, a broader reach of your existing content, and a professional presentation with a great learner experience. Contact us today for a free estimate and see how easy distance learning can take your company or organization to the next level.